I want to thank you for joining us, and we're here with our team from DDOT, and we are talking about the 9th annual Potholepalooza. So let me begin by thanking the entire DDOT team for their efforts to keep our roads safe during what has been a very busy year for them and a very productive one. I also want to acknowledge that we've been joined by DDOT's new Deputy Director, Jeff Marudian, who is here to help me kick off Potholepalooza. You may have heard me mention last week during my State of the District address, and let me thank everybody who was a part of telling our entire community that the state of the district is strong and making sure that we keep it strong. And one way to keep it strong is investing in our infrastructure. I joked then that as a person born and raised here, I probably had a higher tolerance for potholes and bad alleys. But I also reiterated my commitment that the experience as a ward council member for 8 years just told me how much work we had to do with our infrastructure that had been too little invested in and without the proper consistency. And I aim to change that. We know that residents of the District of Columbia, as soon as they step out of their front doors, interact with our infrastructure, their sidewalks, the lights, the trees, the alleys, and the roads, and especially our local roads. I talked last week about the condition of our arterials, those are the federal aid roads, the main roads that carry the most traffic. They are actually in pretty good shape. Only 7% of them are rated in poor condition. The local roads, however, are another story. These are mainly our residential streets, the one that face your homes, like the one we are on today. We estimate, unfortunately, that 32% of our local roads get a poor rating. That's almost a third of our local roads. Our residential streets have suffered too long from lack of consistent funding and a regular maintenance schedule. So with the budget I will present to the council, we will fix the roads, our local roads that have a poor rating, and we will establish a schedule and a funding schedule to do it in 5 years. So I look forward to continuing to advance this work with Potholepalooza. This year we were lucky, we had a mild winter. So DDOT crews have been continuously patching over the last several months. And normally, we would have a flood of winter-related pothole calls, but we recognize that there are still a lot of potholes to patch. So with a Potholepalooza, we will be amping up our focus even more. So instead of the usual 72-hour response time to service requests, DDOT is committing to making those repairs within 48 hours of report. This year, we're investing in new equipment too. You're going to see some what they call hot boxes, and we have 4 new ones. This means adding efficiency and saving time, energy, and money. Our goal is to ensure that our roadways are not just maintained, but they are in the best shape possible. So DDOT is deploying inspectors throughout the city to ensure we catch as many potholes as possible in all 8 wards. But we call on the public for its help too in reporting potholes. You can dial 311, go to 311.dc.gov, use the 311 app, or tweet 311dc.gov or d.dc using the hashtag Potholepalooza. So be sure to provide as much information as possible about the location. If there is an address you can refer to, that is helpful as well so that we can determine the exact location. So everybody knows what today is as well, right? It's opening day, and we should all put on our collective red, even if it's literally or just in the spirit of the Nationals getting started and having a fantastic season. So let me now introduce Jeff Meridian, who will come up and talk about some of the specifics around DDOT's Potholepalooza activity. And as he comes up, I want to recognize a DDOT champion. He's been on the job for 47 years. He started in DC government as a mayor, as in this one of our summer youth programs. And this month, I don't know why, but he's decided to retire. I told him he's still beautiful and spry, and I guess he wants to spend some time with his family. And I think after 47 years, he's earned it. So please join me in acknowledging Ronald Miller. So with that, Jeff, tell us more.
Great. Good morning, everybody. Mayor Bowser, thank you so much for your leadership. On behalf of Director Dormsjo, let me say how excited and ready DDOT is to get this year's Potholepalooza campaign started. In fact, as the mayor mentioned, we've already been hard at work, and thanks to Mayor Bowser's investment in new equipment, we're even more prepared to tackle potholes this year. You'll notice that we have new hot boxes, and you'll see them in action this morning. These state-of-the-art tools allow us to more efficiently and more effectively repair and maintain district streets. They also allow us to be more sustainable. Of course, this campaign is most successful when everybody plays a role, especially district residents. So we will continue to encourage residents to report potholes as they see them, and DDOT will continue to share our progress as this campaign moves forward. Mayor Bowser, as I told you this morning, DDOT is ready. Mayor.
All right, fantastic. So let's see if there are any questions, and then we're going to get to paloozing. Any questions? Yes, Mark.
Do you know how many potholes you have on your to-do list right now?
Actually, I don't, but let's see if somebody from DDOT has that number. There's several hundred, I'm told.
And then what happened to the pothole killer, that cool old machine that we used to see that is different than this? That's been retired?
That's right. The mayor's investment in upgrading the technology is what you see here, these hot boxes.
Better.
What does that mean? More environmentally friendly, or?
Yes, it means that we're able to reuse the asphalt as we're paving it. What you'll notice is that the hot boxes keep the asphalt hot. If it cools and hardens, we're not able to use it, and so that allows our crews to work longer with it.
So, Mayor, we were up looking at one intersection, and I mean, it's lumpy. I mean, there's been so many patch jobs done on this. What about that? I mean, you know, it's not technically a pothole, but, you know, you watch people driving on it, they're kind of weaving here and there, they bump up and down.
Sure. Well, I'm not sure what intersection you're referring to.
Longfellow.
13th Street has some issues. It has some issues, and we're going to take care of those. But that doesn't involve pothole filling. You're right. Your assessment is correct. It needs a
because if you look at Longfellow, it's, you know, pretty. It looks all right.
That would be a restoration project.
Section is just.
It's more than the intersection. It's several blocks, so that would involve a restoration.
You're going to be doing that.
I can't tell you off the top where that is in line, but we do recognize that it's a problem. Yes.
Sent a letter to President Trump asking the return of RFK Stadium and Langston golf courses. Have you gotten a response from him, and what's your plan to do with those properties?
The letter that you're referring to is a letter that we submitted to the president asking for the conveyance, transfer, long-term lease of several federal government properties in the district, one being RFK Stadium, another one being the Franklin Square Park in downtown DC, and three parks that are golf courses in DC that are all managed by the National Park Service. So they have all suffered from the inattention of the National Park Service. And we are asking the president to work with us on getting control on those properties so that we can make the necessary investments. Let me say one additional thing about RFK. Our point in that was not just to talk about the long-term lease of RFK, but also to talk about how we need a broader range of uses. Currently, the lease restricts the use to only sports and entertainment uses, and we want the federal government to embrace a broader view of RFK to include a mix of uses: housing, retail, neighborhood serving sports facilities, and the like. I'll say one more thing about Franklin Square Park. We have been in a long-term discussion with National Park Service, and we have in fact already budgeted for improvements to Franklin Square. And we think that'll be a win-win for the federal government and for the district. Finally, I'll say that we've had our view around the golf courses is informed by a project that one of the business groups has put together for public-private partnerships to improve those golf courses. They would continue to be public golf courses that would be improved for the residents of the district, and we think it could enhance the convention center's convention business when we have improved courses. So we will continue to work with the White House. We only had a formal request last week, and we look forward to those discussions. Yes.
Can you update us on any briefing you've had about the St. Petersburg explosion and what steps are being taken, if any, here in D.C. with our metro and police here?
I'd be happy to have the chief talk to you. All right, let's get going. Thank you, everybody.
That's fine. Suzanne? Excellent. All right.